So, obviously really, really tough loss here tonight. What would you say, the future is for this group after seeing everything that they've accomplished so far this season?
Well, there's no question that we have so much pride in what this team accomplished this year. Finishing first in our division, winning a playoff series, seeing all the individual growth and development from our younger guys and the amount of NHL experience a lot of the guys in that locker room were rewarded with this season. Obviously, it's a lot of emotions after a big loss like that. But big picture, we're proud of what we accomplished.
And you've also, you've played them for 5 games this series. It was really a toss-up in a couple of those. But what made this game so much more difficult than, say, last game?
Well, I thought our start was outstanding. Seelov's made some really big saves early, and I feel if you get one of those to go in, the momentum's, you're riding that wave pretty high, and they get 2 goals at the end of the first period. That changes the game real quick, and now we're chasing, and they're a good hockey team. They finished 2 points behind us. They were the hottest team in the league to finish the year, and they're well coached. It was a great series.
I wanted to ask you about 2 of your younger guys that it feels like maybe going into this offseason and next year it's going to be kind of a make or break time for them. Oscar, he had an assist in 3 straight games coming into this. He said he took some blame for that penalty tonight, but just what have you seen from him over the course of this year? He called it up and down, and then just what do you want to see from him going into next year?
Yeah, he's got all the tools. And when he's playing his game and using his size and speed and skill, he can be a dangerous player. And it's something that we've been working on with him, and we've had conversations with. It's a tough league. It's tough to get to the next level. Consistency and strength in battles and playing with some edginess is what he needs to work on. But he comes to the rink every day to work, and he skates hard, and it's probably not it's not the easiest path for him, but he's got to stay persistent with it.
And then Jean-Luc Foudy, he had a big goal last game. I know he's had injuries have been a thing for him for years now, right? But just what did you see from him, and where can he kind of finally maybe find his mark?
Yeah, I thought he was outstanding last game, and that's why he was inserted back in the lineup with his possession game and his speed, and he's a possession guy that can push the D back. I thought he did a really nice job of it. He's struggled the last couple years fighting some injuries and hasn't been able to fully stay healthy and get in the lineup and keep building on his game. And so he's got a big summer to get strong and healthy and get back on track to where he was.
So there is a lot of room for some, roster movement here, just with the state of some of the players and their contracts. How are you kind of planning to approach that next season to make sure they can continue to be at this elite level?
I haven't got that far yet. Season just ended. We're going to go through some exit meetings and meet with management, and but happens a lot at this level. Contracts expire and free agency happens, and new prospects and new signings. So we'll just take it one day at a time.
You mentioned all the guys who have gone up. It's like a source of pride, right? There are so many guys. But from your side of things, there was a lot of guys going up that you just didn't have available. So just what was this season like coaching? They had 50 guys up there. So you had, I don't know exactly the number, but I'm close to that too, I'm guessing. Just what was that like? Just kind of not knowing who you were going to have on a day-to-day basis sometimes.
Well, yeah, that's all part of it. Some years, it's not, you're not going to get as many opportunities like that as others, and this year really helped us, grow our identity and our standard and how we needed to play to win hockey games, and it opened up a door for a lot of guys to come in and play some minutes and earn their spot on this team. You look at Jake Wise, Mark Senden, Yoon, Mayer, Hillebrand, all those guys. Got some real good time at this level, and they developed as players and got better, and it's going to help them in the long run in their career.
I asked Magna these two questions, but who would you say was your MVP of the year?
I don't know if I can narrow it down to one player. I feel like this team wasn't built around one player. It was a group that grew together, and there's no question that our veterans, led the way. They had the heavy lifting, and real proud of that. They were able to take some of the, our younger players under their wing and help with the development process and help with what it takes to be successful at this level and get to the next level and help them out with their careers. And I could list numerous guys that fall into that category.
And then who would you say was your most improved player of the year?
Well, I look at so many of the guys that played big roles on this team and in different situations. I mentioned, Wise and Sendon already, and, you can't overlook, Trent Miner, what he's done this season as well. Chase Bradley, Matt Steinberg started the season. Like, there's so many guys that took big steps in their career, and everybody's path is different in terms of distance and how long it's going to take and the adversity they face, and we're just all in it together.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach.